Hello, and welcome to Story Time with Yuudai. Well, today I kind of wanted to show my ideas that I have conjured up in the past. So, what you see now is the Cursed Village outline. What I thought would be a good synopsis for some of the things, and then there's the actual stuff. I have two full pages and about a paragraph of the third done. So, the idea of the cursed village is that Noah Ryan had to move out of his old home because of some family drama, and he moved his friend that was helping him move found this small village out in the middle of nowhere. So the plot is Noah arrives out of town to a small village in the middle of Michigan. The guy goes out to meet or greet people of town, only to find they don't necessarily like him. The village at night turns into a ghost town, though. Nobody around until midnight, but that part I had thoughts on doing it as while he meets them later on down the line, nobody is there until midnight. Each villager would appear with red eyes at random in different ways. Must find the cause and escape, stop, or die in the process. Stop as in, like, stop them. And, so, that is the idea on the story. Now, I did have an idea of why they do this. An odd meteorite landed 50 years ago carrying an unknown disease. It caused the people outside the village to have temporary amnesia, and those in town dropped dead on the spot. The next day they got back up, good as new. That night, though, it seemed as though their bodies changed from physical to red-eyed spirits. So, it's still in the idea stage, but this is something that I got inspired by from a show called Corpse Party and the prequel book of the series, The King's Game. And basically, both of them are incredibly worse than this will ever be, but in terms of gore. But I have a lot of ideas for this. It could go a long way, but our main man is Noah Ryan, 20 years old. So, I want to excuse me while I look like a retard. I just, you know what? You're gonna try to make me look like a retard. That's what I'm gonna do. So, where it begins is everything around the man is dark. It has been for many months. After events in Alphen's village, he had been trapped there, wherever he is. How about you retell the story? A brown-haired man questions. Noah, the one floating in the darkness, opens his eyes. His sight lands upon an exact replica of himself, with those horrifying red eyes he'd seen so much. The replica grins, knowing the fear is already going through him. Those fear quickly leaves once he remembers how many times those same eyes were looking at him. The eyes he feared for so long don't scare him any longer. It's the fact that someone is here that startled him. That creates a much larger grin on the replica. An impossible ear-to-ear grin. What's wrong? Why are you so silent? It asks him. It floats closer, revealing his teeth being sharper than the real Noah. That traces his forehead, reminding Noah of the scar on his forehead. He had many recent scars on his body, if he remembers correctly. Noah closes his eyes again. Fortunately, his eyes have become transparent. So, basically, you can pause and read all this. But you can pause, read all this, and see what you all think. But the synopsis is. But what I hope is the idea to grow into something like basically a rundown of my whole thought process for this book is Noah ends up retelling his traumatizing experience there to a spirit or his own personal demon. Or something that I find interesting, the disease taking form as an entity inside his head that's trying to break him down. And at the end, he breaks free from this and either does escape the village or finds a way to prevent others from coming to it themselves. So this is something that's been around for a long time in my head. And if I'm being honest, this has a lot of potential. But I'm more used to writing action stuff rather than slower horror type stuff here. But you can tell me what you think in the comments or whatever. But this has been my story ideas. This has been Story Ideas with Yuudai. I encourage you to check my other videos and I guess have a nice day.